welcome back to the online KidSpace Planetarium. We hope you had a wonderful winter's break and got some rest in there and some fun as well. And of course, we're glad to see you stop by again to continue our night skies talk. Our talk for this week, of course, is going to be on Orion, our hunter. And I'm going to show you where to find him in our night skies this Friday at 8:30. So let's begin. Of course, down on the bottom left of our screen, you can see we are still in Westminster, Colorado, and our date is now set to Friday, February 5th, just about 1800 hours or 6 p.m. At this time, we have our planet Mars up high in our skies, and we can see that everything seems to be rising out of our left to go set in our right. So that means east is to our left and west is to our right, making south our point of interest for this talk. Now, Orion is a pretty easy constellation to spot out because of the 3 stars that make his belt. They look like they are the same size and the same distance apart from each other. Of course, space is a little more complicated than that. This, of course, is just our perspective. But when Orion is at his highest point in the night sky, which is called the zenith point, Orion can actually be used to point south. And so I'm going to get us to that highest point in the night sky. So here we go, just about there. It's closer to 8:30. And of course, while we're waiting, let's go ahead and point out Orion, our hunter. In the night sky, he looks a lot like an hourglass. The first star I like to pick out is Beetlejuice, the bright red star of Orion's armpit here. Beetlejuice means right armpit. And if we go towards the west, we will find Orion's left armpit, known as Bellatrix. Down below, we have a nice bright star there known as Rigel, which marks the left foot of Orion. And towards the east, we have a dimmer star known as Safe, which marks the right foot. And so here is our nice star line here. You can see that there is a shield towards the west, and Orion is holding his sword up above his head. Of course, here's a picture to help bring that a little closer. And as you can see, Orion is currently battling someone in our night skies. Or with this image, it looks like he just slayed a lion here. But most images show that he's battling, for he's actually trying to desperately win the hearts of the 7 sisters, who is this nice little open cluster of stars here riding on the back of Taurus, the bull. We can find Taurus by taking the 3 stars in the belt of Orion and drawing a line through them that shoots towards the west. And that brings us to the Red Eye of Taurus, which is known as Aldebaran. And the story here is that Orion fell in love with the 7 sisters, but their father Atlas did not really like Orion, so he wanted to make sure Orion couldn't ever win the hearts of his daughters. So he placed his daughters on the back of Taurus the bull and placed Taurus in the night sky. So as his daughters go and rotate across our skies, they have Taurus forever keeping a nice distance between them and Orion. Well, Orion, of course, is not alone. He has 2 hunting companions, as he is the hunter. And those, of course, are his 2 dogs, known as Canis Major, the greater dog, and Canis Minor, the little dog. To find Canis Major, we're going to find the brightest star in our night sky, known as Sirius. So to find Sirius, we take those 3 stars in the belt of Orion, and this time, instead of going west, we are going to go east, and that's going to point us straight here to Sirius. Now, I like to joke around with my niece that I am the brightest star in the night sky. She, of course, tells me, no, I am not. And I tell her, oh, but I'm serious. And we have a good laugh about it. Now, that is Canis Major, the greater dog in our night sky. But Orion has that little dog, Canis Minor. And if we connect from Sirius over to Beetlejuice, We can then go eastward towards the next brightest star that we see here, which is just across the Milky Way, that little fuzzy object you see coming out from the southeast. And that is the star Procyon. And by drawing a single line here in the sky, we have Canis Minor, the little dog. Well, in Orion, we have a really neat object. This is a stellar nursery, and it is one of the closest stellar nurseries to us. Meaning this is also one object in our night sky we do not need a pair of binoculars or a telescope for. But if we would like a close-up view, they would come in handy. But to find it, we're going to look at that middle star of Orion here. And I'm just going to bring back up the star line. From the middle star in Orion's belt, we come down. You might see one or two, maybe three fuzzy little objects right in this area here. And so I'm going to click on the brighter one. This is that stellar nursery. The stellar nursery is about 1,500 light years away, which means it takes the light 1,500 years to reach our eyes. That's 1,500 years. And so we are looking into the past to this nebula. And you can see it's a very beautiful place full of dust and gas where there's tons of stars forming. You can't see it in this image, but there's a spot known as the trapezoid where there's 4 massive stars just burning brightly, making it very bright in that area. And it's a very beautiful thing to see if you have a telescope. But like I said, if you don't, no worries. This is an object you can see without a telescope or a pair of binoculars. Well, that will be our time for our star tour. Of course, from all of us here at KidSpace, we hope you enjoyed watching. And to, of course, come back and see our next star tour as it gets posted in the following week. If you would like to have a special shout out for one of the kids in your family, you of course are more than welcome to do so. Just send me an email to kate.hall@kidspacelaunch.org, and I will happily do a shout out for you on the week of their birthday. Just send me their name and their birthday, and I will take care of it for you. And again, from all of us here at KidSpace, thank you for watching, and happy stargazing.